Silicon Valley, technology, art, green, and sustainability.
Welcome to Silicon Valley Tech, Art, Green, and Sustainability, SVTAGS. Today I am so honored to have two ladies with me doing some really interesting things. So Heather and Nicole, and I'm going to let you self-introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, maybe what you did before you do now, if you'd like to share, and if you're from the area. So let's start with you, Heather.
Okay. So my name's Heather Samaras. I have been doing technical recruiting for 20 years.
No, because you look like you're 18.
I know. So. I was hoping you were going to say that.
Really? What do you? Yeah. What are you drinking? Red wine? Like what's the deal?
Lots of lotion.
Lots of lotion.
Yeah.
Rosé.
Lots of rosé. Exactly. So I grew up in Boston, and I came to San Jose about 15 years ago. So I've been in the Silicon Valley for 15 years, working within San Jose and San Francisco. So I like to say, I'm a Bay Area native.
I don't hear any kind of accent.
I know. I actually, fun fact, I went to school for broadcasting. So being on television, they whipped the Boston accent out of me. So
if I ever need a sick day,
call me.
I'm going to call you.
Yeah, it's easy. Another Heather.
Heather.
They don't have to change
the last name.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay, so Boston, another place I haven't been to yet, but I have a good friend that's out there now, and I need to go visit with her.
So. Yeah, you have to go. Great food, lots of fun, great bars.
Lots of history.
Lots of history.
Yeah,
it's a great place to be.
Lots to do.
Yeah.
So, and you came out for recruiting.
I came out for technical recruiting, yep, and I've been doing that for the last 20 years. We live in San Francisco. I have two small girls. Actually, today was their first day of school.
Yay.
So they both go to school in San Francisco proper. So it's fun, and it's nice to raise kids here in the Bay and more importantly, be a part of this tech community because it's just, this is it. It's the bleeding edge. So for our profession and what we're doing, this is a great place to be.
And in recruiting, what did you go to school for?
I went to school for broadcasting.
Sociology,
that helps.
Okay.
And
then did you go back for something? Or?
No, my first job out of college, I worked for David Letterman. Ironically,
interesting.
Yeah, I did that, lived in New York City, and then ended up moving back to Boston and started with this company in Boston. And just got into tech recruiting. At the time, recruiting wasn't a huge industry. Now it's changed so much in the last 10, 15 years. I wanted to get into sales. I wanted to communicate with people. I wanted to help people. I love the idea of working with different types of companies. So, we don't just work with tech companies, we work with all types of companies.
So I'm trying to think back. So that was like 95, 97?
Yeah, don't age me, 98, 97.
Okay.
Yeah, 97.
So in 95 to 99, I worked with a high-tech marketing and advertising company. Mm-hmm. And then I got recruited by TMP Worldwide when they bought Monster, right? When they bought Monster.
Yes,
so that was the whole thing
Monster
at that time.
Was, obviously it was they were going to put recruiting agencies out of business.
Right. And they did, I guess they bought little recruiting agencies.
Yeah, for sure.
TMP did, which is interesting. And so your background, sorry, we're
I was enjoying that very much. My story is a little different. I'm actually a Bay Area native. I grew up in San Mateo, went to San Jose State, right down the street.
Yay, San Jose State.
Yeah. You as well?
Yes, a long time ago though.
I graduated in 2009, so not too long ago, but long enough to give me a little bit of experience under my belt. Mm-hmm. I did graduate in a degree with marketing, and then I worked with a couple, as my title is, field marketing manager for Workbridge Associates and working with Tech in Motion, excuse me. I, absolutely did take on some marketing internships. Not as exciting as, David Letterman working in broadcasting. But, I did have some, really exciting opportunities within marketing. For example, one of my second favorite jobs outside of my current role. It was working as a road warrior for Honest Tea. And
Interesting.
yeah, it was marketing road warrior. So, we were
So you
on
went
site.
to events?
Yeah, we did a lot of events, and it was really like on-site promotion. And we actually toured with John Mayer.
Oh, fun.
And I actually snuck backstage, which was really exciting.
Oh, you're the one that stole his shirts. No, just kidding.
Yeah, don't tell anyone. And then, after I graduated school, I wanted to get into marketing, so I did, a couple marketing research positions, but I actually wanted to take a little bit break from, working. So I decided to sign up and be an au pair overseas. So I actually lived in Italy for a year. It was initially just
Where
supposed
in
to be
Italy?
3 months. A small town north of Milano
Nice.
called Sedegno.
Okay.
Still in contact with the family. They're absolutely amazing. I was supposed to be there
So
for
you must be
3
fluent.
months. I was, and I have unfortunately forgotten.
Which may
most
come
of
in
it.
handy in the recruiting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
Right. So.
And I was supposed to be there for 3 months, but actually ended up staying there for a whole year. And then, moved back home to the Bay Area because my family and everyone's here. And
children too?
no children. I'm actually getting married next month.
Congratulations.
In October, so
exciting.
technically soon, yes.
And honeymoon somewhere?
Yeah, we want to go to the Caribbeans.
Nice.
So, but after October, because that's hurricane season. So.
Right. Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
Yeah.
Not for the honeymoon.
Yeah.
So that's really interesting. You both have very interesting backgrounds. So Tech in Motion, tell us what it is. Now, I heard about a friend of a friend forwarded an email and you were having something at the Continental, which I had just gone to the opening with the mayor and a bunch of other people, and the Continental was tires, but they're doing autonomous cars. They have like 5 different divisions. So I had just been to an event there and it was a great place, but I couldn't make your event because I had a booking something else that night. So I heard about what you guys are doing and looked up online. I'm like, these guys need to come on the show. They're in some of the same markets that I'd like to be in. And the idea for Tags was to develop an educational website with legs, video being one of those legs, educational event, coffee table books, and projects. So we've done all of that except for books and the projects, which we will be starting projects. But so you're in the same markets that have wanted to be in, and then what you're doing to help bring education for technology. Great. So tell us about Tech in Motion.
Sure. Well, I could fill that in a little bit. Tech in Motion, and thank you for checking out our last event at Continental. That was an autonomous driving car,
which I didn't get to go to.
Yeah,
well, I was somewhere else, but I did check it out. What it was going to be. So it's pretty interesting. Yeah.
So the good news is we have new events every month coming up. But Tech in Motion was actually created by our 2 recruiting firms, Jobspring Partners and Workbridge Associates. And it was really just started off as a project to get involved with the tech community, and has really turned into something just larger than anything we could have ever imagined.
And was it started in Boston or was it?
It started in Chicago in 2011. It was a very casual group of, the engineers that we work with and help find new positions, as well as, hiring managers who are looking for those, that top tech talent to connect with. And now it's grown into, we do have our Workbridge Associates and Jobspring Partners locations in over 21 locations across Northern America, including Toronto, Canada. And we...
So the technical recruiting in 21 locations.
Right.
Yes.
So we have 11 cities that we operate in, and there's multiple offices in every location.
So, and that's the Tech in Motion and the recruiting part.
Correct.
Yes. Okay. So in every location, so we're technically in 11 different cities across the U.S. because there's 2 operating brands in each city. So we host a Tech in Motion event in each of those cities. So we're in New York, Boston, Chicago, all the way to Silicon Valley.
So how many employees then do you have?
So collectively, Motion Recruitment, we have close to about 500 nationwide. And, as far as Tech in Motion and just kind of going back to why we even brought it to the market, I think the best thing to really think about is this is something that started off so small, pizza, beer, ping pong, really small scale. It's grown now to 87,000 current members, which is like a big deal over the course of
which
5
San
years.
Francisco's like in what 12,000 or 15,000,
Yep.
and in Silicon Valley is like 10
Yes.
on the
Yes.
meetup group we're talking about.
Yep.
So,
So
it's
if you
huge.
go to meetup.com, it's definitely one of the largest tech meetups. And it wasn't brought out to just do recruiting. It was really something that we brought out to help give back to the community on some level, right? Give people an opportunity, a platform to talk about technology, talk about their companies, have demos, right? Give people a platform as speakers and all these different things. And it's just really taken off, and it's fun, you know? It can be a mixer, it can be a social thing, it can be a networking event, and obviously it can also be a recruiting event, but it's not just geared towards recruiting, it's really geared towards just technology, and just giving back to the community and giving people
and I
the
love that because
opportunity.
the SVTAGS, the idea, I had a client placed in Sunset Magazine and Popular Science, and the architect, builder, and designer weren't speaking to each other, and that seems strange coming from a high-tech branding company previously, and having this client, that these three people wouldn't share, because if they're working with a startup and that information doesn't get out there, if it doesn't get shared, someone else is going to grab that information, and it's going to be a different company, and who knows if that information actually will, the technology will stick around.
Right.
So that was actually part of the thinking with SVTAGS, is not only sharing the information, but because if the technology changes so quickly, and those companies, if they grow, the community is going to do better, the world may do
Without
better.
a doubt.
Right. Yeah.
And it changes so quickly, right? So